Hey Russell fam, in today's video, I'm going to share with you 10 things you may not know about my father's world homeschool curriculum. Be back in just a second. Hi, my name is Becky and welcome to our Russell's Loving Life YouTube channel. Here on this channel, we talk about homeschooling, homemaking, and everything in between. I am a homeschooling mom of 2 and I have been homeschooling since 2012. We also have a blog, which is russellslovinglife.com. Make sure to check that out. There, I give you tips and tricks and things that I have learned through my years of homeschooling. We also have a store. I will leave a link down in the description box if you want to check that out. New products are added weekly. If you are new to this channel, please consider subscribing and clicking that little bell notification down at the bottom. That just lets you know every time we upload a new video. And if you are a returning Russell fam, we are so glad you are back. For those of you that do not know, this is my 7th year using my father's world. And in the fall, this will be my 8th year. And this will be my 2nd time using kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd grade curriculums for my father's world. I started homeschooling in 2012, and I started with my father's world kindergarten curriculum. And as of right now, I have used all of the curriculums up to exploration to the 1850s. I will leave a playlist down in the description box of all of my curriculums, as well as some videos in the iCard for flip throughs, do a lesson with us, those type videos of my father's world. But I wanted to share with you 10 things you may not know about my father's world if you are new to it or considering homeschooling using my father's world. I have my notes down here, so you may see me look down, but there are 10 things that you need to know that you may not know. The first thing you may not know about my father's world is that it is a Christian-based curriculum, and it was created by David and Marie Hazel, who were missionaries over in Russia, and she was a teacher, and she started this kindergarten curriculum, and people started wanting this curriculum. So she just kept growing the curriculum, and now it has turned into what it is. So that is a fun thing that a lot of people do not know about how my father's world got started. The second thing you may not know is that my father's world is an excellent box curriculum to use if this is your first year homeschooling. I highly recommend, if you don't use my father's world, I still highly recommend a box curriculum for your first year. That way you can take some of the stress off of you, that you're not having to gather everything you need. All-in-one curriculums are great. They don't work for everybody, but if this is your first year, I highly, highly suggest you do it because it gives you everything you need in that 1-year curriculum. The third thing you may not know about my father's world is that it is an easy open and go curriculum. What I mean by that is basically you open the book, the teacher's manual, and it has the worksheets for you. It has your days, your weeks, everything planned out for you. So you can just open it up and pretty much go. If you want to look the week prior to what you're going to be doing, it has at the top the materials and everything that you need for that upcoming week. If you need to go to the store to buy something, or if you need to get something ready. But for the most part, I just open that book and go from there. Sometimes it tells you what to say, it tells you what to do, especially in the younger curriculums, but I love it so much. And it's to the point now that if I'm working with my youngest child, my oldest can look at the planner and say, okay, I'm supposed to be reading this pages out of this book, and I'm supposed to be doing this worksheet, or I'm supposed to be doing this, this, and this. So with my father's world, it takes the stress of planning off of me. That works for me. It may not work for you. I say that in all of my homeschool videos. Just make sure you do what works best for your family. Not everything works well for everybody, and that's something you have to figure out. But this video, I'm just telling you about my father's world, and open and go, it's ready for you. Now, next thing you may not know is, for the most part, my father's world is designed on a 4-day-a-week school week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is basically your book work and worksheets and all of the dull, boring stuff. They do have fun science experiments and those type things in there. They do have a few things that'll run over to Friday, but like us, we do a 4-day school week. So I just kind of work that in there on a Thursday. And so we have Friday to do our fun Fridays, or if we have field trips or things we want to do, if we want to get outside and explore. That's another great thing that I like about My Father's World that you may not know. The fifth thing you may not know about My Father's World is you can teach a 2nd grader to an 8th grader all the same subjects all at the same time when it comes to Bible, history, and science. When it comes to math and language arts and that type, you can't teach them the same things. But My Father's World was created so that you could teach a 2nd grader to an 8th grader, and it even has modifications listed in there for you for your 2nd and 3rd grader and your 7th and 8th grader to up it or lower it, whatever you need to do. There's recommendations on how to do that. With me having a 1st grader and a 6th grader right now, it's kind of hard for me to teach them together. So I'm just teaching them 2 different curriculums. And I'm probably going to just keep continuing that because there's 5 years between them, and it's working well for us right now, teaching them on 2 different levels. Now we do the same Bible lessons. We'll do a Bible lesson with my 1st grade curriculum. We'll do the Bible lesson with my 6th grade curriculum. So it's kind of double the Bible, but it's covering different aspects of it. So it's on the 1st grade level and on the 6th grade level. So they both get something out of it. But that is something you may not know about My Father's World. I know a lot of curriculums are starting to do that, where you can teach multiple age groups for science, history, and Bible, which makes homeschooling so much easier for us mamas. The 7th thing you may not know about My Father's World is that if you buy the basic package or if you buy the deluxe package, it comes with everything that you are going to need for Bible, history, and science. Now, when it comes to your science, you're going to have to buy the materials to go along with the science experiments and those type things. But it comes with all the books you're going to need, all of the worksheets, stickers, timelines, everything you're going to need for science, history, and Bible. It's in that box curriculum. And that makes my life so much easier, especially with me teaching a 1st grader and a 6th grader. When you're teaching multiple ages, multiple kids, I try to keep it as easy as I can for me. I know a lot of homeschool mamas do that, but My Father's World does this. I know there's other box curriculums that do. I've heard great things about them. I have not used them, but I'm just sharing with you things that I have learned over the years about My Father's World that you may not know. The 8th thing you may not know about My Father's World, and I just said in 7, is that it comes with the Bible, science, and history that you need, but it gives you a suggested list for the math to use and language arts and the foreign language. Now, I don't use their suggested math. I think they suggest Singapore. We use Saxon because it works better for us. Their language arts didn't work well for us. I do have a video on that if you want to check it out. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it didn't work for us. But it may work for you. But I have found a different curriculum that I use for the language arts that we are loving, and I've been using it for years. And I have not started the foreign language. My 6th grader is going to be in 7th in the fall, so I'm going to look into their foreign language that way. But that is additional, that does not come with the boxed part of the curriculum. So if you're looking for something that has all of that in there, it does not have the math, language arts, or foreign language. The 9th thing you may not know about My Father's World is that they offer curriculums from 3 years old. So they have 3-year-old, 4-year-old, kindergarten, all the way to 12th grade high school. And I don't know if that's offered with a lot of other curriculums for boxed curriculums, but My Father's World does offer it. So I'm excited about that. Going into the middle school, high school years are uncharted territory for me. So I'm going to be reaching out to some of my amazing homeschool mamas that have already taught high schoolers, are currently teaching high schoolers, or currently teaching junior high schoolers. Cannot get that out. I cannot believe I'm fixing to have a 7th grader. But it is definitely going to be interesting, and I'm going to bring you along on that journey. So be looking for videos, because I know there's not that many videos out there about high school. So I'm going to share that with you. So make sure to stay along for our journey. And the 10th thing you may not know is that My Father's World has taken the time to break down suggested reading books for science and history, whether you buy the books, borrow the books, go to the library, for each week. If you go to the very back of the teacher's manual, I forgot to bring one with me, there's a list, and it's broken down by weeks of topics that you're covering, and it's suggested reading or suggested books that you can check out or buy that go along with your lesson. So they give you a bunch of books come in your box curriculum when you buy it, but they also offer alternative books and different books that you may want to check out for your different aged children. I don't know if other curriculums do that, but this is something that I thought was awesome from My Father's World, that they took the time to specifically find books that cover each topic that you're talking about each week. I hope you found this video to be helpful. I know that a lot of people do videos on My Father's World. I try to share my unboxings, do a lesson with us every year that we do one, just so you can see and know about My Father's World. There are tons of curriculums out there. Picking curriculums can be so stressful. When you find a curriculum that works like we have in My Father's World, you stick with it because it makes life so much easier. But these are 10 things that I thought you would find interesting that you may not know about My Father's World. And believe me, there are so many more wonderful things about My Father's World that I did not cover in this video, but these were my top 10 that I wanted to share with you. As always, remember to be kind, be careful, be considerate, and have a great day. Bye.